Take 447,000. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am sharing with you guys my July plan with me video, if I can get this intro filmed. I've tried for like an hour now and it's just not coming together. So I'm not really even sure that I'm going to talk about the things I was going to talk about in my intro. I'm just going to wait till the actual video to do it. So I'll just tell you that things are a little different this month. I kept it very simple and basic. So if you're looking for something intricate, that's not this video. Okay, so I've been trying to film this intro for what feels like an eternity, and it's just not working out. So instead, I'm going to show you guys the wonderful blooper reel that's going to come out of all this filming, and then we'll jump into my journal after that. Enjoy! And that was bad too. Enjoy! Okay, this has been a nightmare. How is it this hard? Hello, Aaron? Why do you suck on camera so bad? Okay.
Okay, so as I mentioned, I went pretty simple this month, and the most intricate thing I have in the entire spread is my cover page. And I decided to draw a Volkswagen bus, and it was completely inspired by an illustration that I saw on Pinterest. I will link the image below. But the whole reason that I went super simple this month is because, honestly, for the last month or two, I've just felt very uninspired, and so I feel like my spreads are very forced, which is not something that's enjoyable. And if I could tell anybody who is just getting into bullet journaling or wanting to share their bullet journal on Instagram, anything, I would tell them to share things that they want to share, and only as often as they want to share. Don't fall into the trap of feeling like you have to post every day because that's an expectation. And that's kind of where I was at, and it was getting very unhealthy, and I was starting to almost despise drawing new things in my journal because it felt like more of a chore than something that I really enjoyed, which has been what this has been since I very first found the system. And to see it turn into something that was a burden was absolutely killing me. And so I just decided to kind of go back to the basics this month and only do things that I wanted to do or that I knew would honestly help me. So I drew this, but I did it because I wanted to. It wasn't for this YouTube video. It wasn't for Instagram. I mean, yes, I'm going to share it on Instagram, but for the first time in quite a while, I drew something that I wanted to draw, and for my own purposes, not for anybody else. And the rest of it is all very simple because in July I have a lot going on. We are getting married on the 14th, and right around that time we have about a week to 2 weeks where we're going to be out of state and we're going to have a lot going on. And honestly, I'm probably not even going to be in my journal. I probably won't log in my habit tracker or even make intricate weekly pages because I probably won't be using them. So there was really no point in me making a big fancy spread and taking a ton of time to do it when I knew that I wasn't going to use it. So that was kind of my reasoning for keeping it simple this month, and it's one of the things that I really wanted to get off my chest because I feel like by doing things simply for the sake of sharing them online, I'm sharing the wrong message. And even if you guys can't see that, I have a very guilty conscience, and it weighs on me. It weighs on me knowing that I'm supposed to be a positive influencer, and I am not sharing accurate information on how to use the bullet journal system and make the best of it. The other reason that I wanted to share this was because sometimes I feel like there is an expectation for influencers or those who have a larger following to only put out work that is super intricate or detailed or took a lot of time and is super artistic. And I want people to understand that the bullet journal system is for anybody and at any skill level, and you don't have to have an artistic journal. You can have something very minimalistic, or you can go all out. It's completely up to you, and you can change it at any time. Yes, I am normally a very artistic, very creative, very colorful person. I don't mind spending 2 hours on one page if I have the time and I'm in the mood to do it. But as of lately, I haven't been, for the reason that I explained. And so simple is okay, and I've had a couple weekly spreads lately that have been very plain and basic, and I haven't shared them on Instagram because of that expectation of needing things to be perfect and intricate. And I want to move away from that. I want to start sharing things that are real, and I guess if that means that I lose followers or subscribers or whatever, then that'll just have to be the way it is, and I'm okay with that. I would much rather be honest and help people than put out this front that all is well all the time and I always have time to create these gorgeous spreads and this is the only reason that I do it, because it's not true. I use this system for the reason that it was developed by Ryder Carroll. I use it to plan and prioritize my life. I use it to plan for the future and set goals. Those are the main purposes that I use my journal for. And after that comes the creative aspect. And when I first started this and my Instagram and my blog, I did it because it was something that I really enjoyed. And I didn't want to post tons of pictures of my drawings and my lettering practice on my personal Instagram, and never once did I think that I would acquire a lot of followers and be considered an influencer. It's still kind of a foreign idea to me, and so I want to make sure that I'm doing my role and sharing information and inspiration in the right light, because I am in contact with so many people on a regular basis that feel that they can't use this system because they don't have an ounce of creativity in their body, and I always try to reinforce that it has nothing to do with how creative you are. This can work if you are not creative, if you can't write in cursive, if you can't draw a stick figure. It just doesn't matter. But I know that that's not the message that's being portrayed on social media. So if I can work to proactively change that and maybe help even just a couple people realize that, you know, I can do this too, or I just have to start somewhere, that they can see how amazing the system is without feeling inadequate. Okay, so now that I have finally got what I was gonna say in the intro off my chest and just talked through it, I do want to tell you a little bit about this spread. I didn't really talk about the others, and I felt like it was okay because they were pretty basic, you know, habit tracker monthly setup. But this is a tracker that I very first started using last month, and I combined two of them. So last month I had a sleep tracker to track my sleep, and in June I've been sleeping a lot more, but I've also been more tired. And I had a productivity tracker, and then I had a health tracker that I used to log my weight and how I felt about my health that day, and it was also a place to have my mood and my workouts. So this is like a combined tracker for all of those, and I just ended up calling it my monthly stats. So I created this grid, and then at the top I'm just using doodles to represent what I am tracking. So the first one is a scale for weight, and then the second one will be for daily steps, This third one is a health meter, so I just kind of fill it in like a bar depending on how healthy I was that day. And then the next one is my mood, and I usually just write in my mood. And then I did sleep, where I'll just write in the hours of sleep that I got. And then the next one is my productivity tracker. So I just drew a little computer because a lot of my productivity surrounds like work, which is on my computer. And then the next one is for my workouts, and I have a big bar or a big line so that I can write like HIIT or yoga. And then the very last one, I didn't really know. I think I created one too many, so I just ended up making it into a place where I can write in my daily calories, even though I track that with my Fitness Pal. I think having to write it in my journal will make me more accountable for actually tracking my calories. And then to do all my writing this month, I just used the black Tombow dual brush pen, and then I used a 0.2 Unipin fine liner to add a bit of a shadow or a 3D effect to my lettering. It's a really simple but I think pretty cool way to enhance your lettering. So I'm really happy with how this month turned out. It's definitely a lot different than what I'm used to doing, but I really like the fact that it was quick to set up and that it's super functional and will work for everything that I need to track and do throughout the month. I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you for listening to me rant and watching, and if you liked it, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys again soon.